Hello, I am Jason Rigdon, and you are listening to the Podcasting Questions podcast. This is the show that answers your questions about podcasting in under 5 minutes per episode. Our first question is from Bob in Walla Walla, Washington, who asks, "Hey Jason, how do I start a question and answer podcast? I don't have a following or any listeners. How do I get people to send me their questions?" Well, Bob, this is a classic chicken and egg problem. In order to do a Q&A show, you need listeners to send you their questions, and you don't have any listeners, so you don't have any questions. Well, you'd be happy to know there is a simple solution to this problem. It's the same solution used by dating sites and social networks. See, they have the same problem. After all, who wants to be the first user of a dating site? The solution is to blatantly lie. Yep, almost every single dating and social networking site started out this way. They make a bunch of fake accounts to trick people into thinking they're joining a much larger community. So Bob, I suggest you lie. Just write a bunch of questions yourself and say they came from your listeners. That's what I'm going to do with this show. Coincidentally, I had the same problem as you. I also want to do a Q&A show, but don't have any listeners that will send me their questions. So I'm just making up questions and answering them myself. So I hope that answered your question, Bob. And I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but you don't actually exist. But thanks for the question anyhow. Thanks for listening. This show depends on questions. Just go to podcastingquestions.com/ask and ask me your podcasting question. If I choose your question, I'll mention you and your show and put a link to your podcast in the show notes. So please send me your question today.